Did you know that Halloween, often associated with spooky ghosts and sweet treats, has its roots in a Celtic festival known as Samhain? Halloween, celebrated on the last day of October, is a fusion of ancient Celtic practices, Catholic and Roman religious rituals, and modern-day cultural influences. Its origin can be traced back over 2,000 years to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, pronounced as Samhain. This festival was celebrated on November 1st, marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the chilling winter, a time often associated with human death. The Celts, who lived in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France, believed that on the night before Samhain, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred. They thought that the ghosts of the deceased returned to Earth, causing havoc by damaging crops and playing tricks on the living. To appease these supernatural powers, the Celts would build huge sacred bonfires where people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to the Celtic deities. As the centuries passed, Samhain evolved and merged with Roman and Christian holidays. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor all saints and martyrs. This day, known as All Saints' Day, incorporated some Samhain traditions. The night before, previously known as Samhain's Eve, eventually became known as All Hallows' Eve, and over time, Halloween. The tradition of dressing in costumes and trick-or-treating can also be traced back to Samhain. The Celts believed that by dressing up as spirits they could fool the real ghosts who roamed the streets. The tradition of trick-or-treating is thought to have originated from a Samhain tradition where people would go door to door asking for food or money in exchange for songs and prayers. So, Halloween, a night of fun and fright, has its beginnings in an ancient festival marking the change of seasons. Ever wondered why we carve pumpkins or dress up in costumes on Halloween? Our journey takes us back in time, where Halloween traditions began as part of ancient Celtic festivals. One of these traditions is the carving of jack-o'-lanterns. Originally, they were made from turnips by the Celts, who believed that the lanterns would ward off evil spirits. Over the years, as this tradition traveled to America, pumpkins became the preferred choice due to their abundance and ease of carving. Now let's talk about the tradition of dressing up in costumes. This also has its roots in ancient Celtic festivals. During Samhain, a festival marking the end of harvest season and the onset of winter, the Celts believed that the boundary between the living and the dead was blurred. To avoid being recognized by these spirits, people would wear masks and other disguises. Today, this tradition has evolved into a fun-filled activity where people get to express their creativity and become someone or something else for a night. Then we have trick-or-treating, a custom that started in the Middle Ages with a practice called souling. Children and poor adults would go door to door on All Souls' Day, offering prayers for the dead in exchange for small pastries called soul cakes. This practice has since morphed into today's tradition of children going house to house, asking for candy with the phrase trick or treat. Now, let's not forget about the iconic symbols of Halloween: bats, spiders, and black cats. These creatures are often associated with the supernatural and the ominous, making them perfect symbols for a holiday that celebrates the spooky and the mystical. Bats were believed to be closely linked with witches during the Middle Ages, while spiders are often associated with mystery, power, and growth. Black cats were believed to be shapeshifters and were considered a symbol of bad luck. Halloween traditions and symbols, rich in history, have become integral parts of our modern-day celebrations. Halloween isn't just celebrated in the United States, it has its unique variations around the globe. Let's take a journey to Mexico first. Here they celebrate a lively and colorful tradition known as Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. Contrary to its grim name, it's a celebration of life and remembrance of loved ones who've passed on. From October 31st to November 2nd, families set up altars known as ofrendas, adorned with flowers, candles, photographs, and the favorite foods of the departed. They believe that during these days, the spirits of their loved ones return to enjoy these offerings. Next, we fly to the vibrant city of Hong Kong. Here, the 7th month of the lunar calendar is known as the Ghost Month, with its climax being the Hungry Ghost Festival. It's believed that the gates of the underworld open during this month, allowing spirits to roam the earth. To appease these wandering spirits, locals offer food and burn joss paper, symbolizing material possessions for the afterlife. They also avoid swimming during this month, as it's believed the spirits of those who've drowned could pull swimmers down. Our last stop takes us to Spain, where they celebrate Dia de las Brujas, or Day of the Witches. On the night of October 31st, the town of Sidera holds a festival honoring the Samhain, an ancient Celtic tradition that marks the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. The town comes alive with bonfires, fortune-telling rituals, and a midnight pumpkin parade. From Mexico to Hong Kong, Halloween takes on unique and fascinating forms across the world. Each celebration, though different in its own way, shares a common thread, honoring the departed and the thinning of the veil between our world and the spirit world. These global traditions remind us that while Halloween may be a night of fright and fun, it's also a time to remember and respect the cycle of life and death. From Mexico to Hong Kong, Halloween takes on unique and fascinating forms across the world. Halloween is not only a festival of fright and fun, but it's also big business. The economic impact of this eerie celebration is quite substantial. Every year, billions are splashed out on all things spooky. This includes a wide range of decorations, from the innocently charming to the downright terrifying. Then there's the costumes, with creativity and scare factor driving up the prices. And let's not forget the candy, a sweet expenditure indeed. The spooky season is indeed a lucrative time for businesses. Halloween, with its rich history, varied traditions, and global celebrations, is truly a festival like no other. We've delved into its ancient roots, dissected its iconic symbols, journeyed through its worldwide observance, and even peeked into its commercial side. A cornucopia of intrigue, charm, and mystery, Halloween continues to bewitch us all. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about such fascinating topics, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out the links in the description. Stay curious and keep exploring.